And there's Zach Gallen, the ace of this staff, coming off his last start, or the great start against the Mets. Right-handers hitting 157 against him. Lefties 273.
Gino was in on the grass about a half a step, and Lindor hit her right to him. And there's one away.
Swung on and a one-hopper to second. Marte has it. He runs about half the way to first before throwing to Naylor. 2 down, and that is going to bring up Pete Alonso. Breaking ball and a beauty. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And Gallen puts the finishing touches on a 1-2-3, top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first inning.
The Diamondbacks have hit 44 home runs this year, 4 against left-handers. They've been very vulnerable to left-hand pitching, and David Peterson held them in check last week. And a changeup dribbled up the first base line. Peterson on it quickly, puts the tag on Marte, and that's the first out. It's a one-hopper that nearly knocks McNeil over backwards, and Jeff throws him out. So Peterson's thrown 3 pitches and got 2 outs, and McNeil survived that one.
Bullet. Oh, it got a nice up pop. Jeff's got the sure hands.
The 1-2. Got him looking outside corner. Stamped the outside edge with 95 miles an hour. And David Peterson has a 1-2-3 first inning. 1 out for Josh Naylor, lefty to lefty.
Oh my goodness, hits Naylor on the wrist hard, real hard, and Naylor is in a lot of pain. And out comes his manager and the trainer. That is not good.
Yeah, he got hit hard. Alvarez wanted the ball up in his zone. This ball went straight into him. Nowhere he could get out of the way of that pitch.
He is clutching his right hand and will not let it go. Looks like he is going to stay in the game. A painful way to get the first base runner of the night.
Gurriel smacks one to center, but Taylor comes on, and he grabs it for the second out. And Perdomo hits a comebacker, and Peterson, who fields his position extremely well, makes that look easy for the third out.
Here's Francisco Alvarez swinging a ground ball through the hole on the right side, a base hit. So that's the first hit of the night for the Mets, first base runner, and it's a 1-out single by Francisco Alvarez.
Broken bat. Marte with the backhand flip, and the relay by Perdomo, and they call Taylor out at first.
I'm not sure, Garrett.
See if the Mets challenge the call. Busted bat. Taylor took a while to get out of the batter's box, and the Mets are going to challenge the call at first base.
I think he beat it.
I thought so too.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is safe. New York will retain their challenge.
Correct call.
So it's a 4-6 fielder's choice. So back-to-back walks to Lindor and Soto to load the bases with 2 out for Pete Alonso. And he misses high ball 4, and the Mets take the lead. Alonso waits out the 3rd consecutive walk issued by Gallen. Taylor comes in to score, and it's 1-0 New York.
Right there, another fastball makes short work of Starling Marte. But the base loaded walk to Pete Alonso gives the Mets a 1-0 lead.
Hampson Herrera, top of the order, Ketel Marte.
Strike 3 call. Threw him a slider on the outside corner. Second strikeout for Peterson. 1 down in the 3rd. And Marte goes down swinging. Came with a slider that time. 3rd strikeout for Peterson.
Out in front of that one right there.
Strike 3 call. Got him looking at a fastball. Peterson strikes out 3 in the inning. 1-0 Mets after 3.
Nimmo out number 1 in his 4th inning. 0-2 pitch, strike 3 called. Locked him up with a 4-seamer. And we're just seeing that more and more often, Candy, where guys with 2 strikes, the last thing they're expecting is that 4-seam fastball.
Jeff McNeil hits a flare out to short right, but Ketel able to run it down, and that's a quick 9-pitch 4th for Zach Gallen.
Grichuk followed by Suarez, followed by Naylor.
Randall hits a rocket right through Vientos. It went 5-hole in the mid-3rd baseman, and Grichuk is going to wind up at second base as it kicks around on Nimmo in the corner.
Wow, 111 off the bat that time.
That kicks away from Alvarez, and Grichuk head first into 3rd. Gino stays put at first. Good read there by Randall, and they're running corners with no outs.
Well, he's looking to get a ground ball here, and he gets a lot of them.
Swung on high chopper right side. It is gloved by McNeil. Goes to second. There's 1. No throw to first. Grichuk scores. RBI fielder's choice, and we are tied at 1.
There it is. Fair down the line. And Naylor's on the run. He'll dig for 3rd. Sean Larkin going to put the brakes on. It's a double for Lourdes Gurriel.
And the D-backs in business. 2 in scoring position with only 1 man down.
Nimmo comes up hobbling after having trouble picking that ball up.
He kind of fell down on that knee. Comes out oddly. Right there.
Yep. Took a bad step.
But it appears he's going to try and stay in this game.
And right now, the Mets lost Jesse Winker to the IL. Can't lose Nimmo.
Now we turn our attention to Geraldo Perdomo, who bats with runners at second and third and 1 out.
Up the middle, Lindor spins and throws. Naylor comes across, and it's 2-1.
4-1 Diamondbacks.
Well done by Perdomo. That ball even had a chance to be a base hit and drive in two. Nice play by Lindor. I thought he might have overthrown Alonso as that ball looked high, but Alonso made the adjustment with his foot.
It'll be Alvarez, Taylor, and then the top of the order.
And he strikes out Francisco Alvarez to start the fifth. Caught looking at a fastball, 4 Ks for Gallen. He's got 4 strikeouts, Bob, 3 of them looking.
I think that's Zach Gallen's history of throwing any pitch in any count.
Breaking ball swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts here for the Milkman.
Well, we talked about him getting these 2 guys out at the bottom of the order before flipping it over, and that was an outstanding curveball once again.
0-2 rolled over to the right side, and Naylor gloves, goes to the bag himself. The inning comes to an end, and Gallen turns in another 1-2-3, this time in the top of the 5th. 2-1 Diamondbacks. 1 out, nobody on for the Mets. Curveball swung on and missed. Struck out Alonso, and that is a half dozen here for Gallen.
Another nice pitch. You know, he starts him off with the curveball. He knows that he can come back and get him with it, and he throws a better curveball in the dirt.
Tino's right there. There's a 1-pitch out. 10 in a row, retired by Gallen.
It is the bottom of the 6th inning. The Diamondbacks hanging on. It's 2-1 at the moment.
You know, you like to see those go up a little bit.
Gurriel lines it to left field. Then it's gone. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. makes it 4-1 Diamondbacks.
Fastball right down the chute, and Gurriel turned it around. Oh, that was a nice swing.
When you watch a player like Lourdes Gurriel, who went through some real tough times, and with a lot of hard work, a lot of extra batting practice, and a couple of those, he's got his confidence back. He's swinging it well.
Brandon Nimmo leads off for the Mets. 4-1 Diamondbacks here in the top of the 7th.
And Nimmo pops it up behind second. Perdomo's out there. Hampson takes it. 1 away in the 7th.
And Vientos strokes one toward the gap in right center. That's down for a base hit. Cut off nicely by Hampson to hold Vientos to a single. So on an 0-2 pitch, Vientos goes the other way and has the Mets' 2nd hit of the night.
3-1 is a double play ball. Marte, Perdomo, and they roll it. And Gallen gets through 7 innings of 1-run, 2-hit baseball.
Well, what an opportunity this creates, because now, Candy, the D-backs can easily tack on an extra run with a sac fly to the outfield. Swung on, hit well out towards left. Carroll's going to tag. Nimmo hustling in, makes the catch, and the sac fly by Naylor makes it a 5-1 Diamondback lead.
There's ball 4 and a leadoff walk to Soto. 2nd time he's walked tonight, 29th of the year. And the Mets, who need base runners, have 1 to start the 9th.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Looked like he pulled the string. Maybe it was the splitter, but off speed, and he was way out front. Oh, that's a good sink on that splitter.
And Marte flares one into shallow right. That'll fall for a hit. Soto goes first to third, and the Mets need just 1 more base runner to get the tying run to bat.
Marte holds down there, lined up the middle. Perdomo's got it top shelf. That was headed for the gap in left center. That's at least 1 run saved right there.
Now the Mets are down to their final line of the night.
Lazy fly, short center. Perdomo called off by Alec Thomas, and Alex got it. Diamondbacks have got the win.
The offense did what it needed to do, but this was a performance that was driven by right-hander Zach Gallen. He was just magnificent tonight for the Diamondbacks.